All right, Shalom Akim. I'd like to say Kal Halayim, Wahawadla, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash, double honors the apostles, handlers of great Milestone and Rubel. Peace and blessings to the Akim around the world that pushes truth to four corners of the youth. Right, this is Abba from GMS Trinidad East Camp. I said I'll do a short video, on this article or so. It's an update. Over 1,000 earthquakes have now struck Puerto Rico. And authorities say it is being squeezed between two tectonic plates. Now, they go out their excuses as to why the earthquakes are occurring because of tectonic plates and global warming and all these different things. But we know these are the things that the Lord doing, right? All right, so they Matthew 24, verse 7, right? Matthew 24, verse 7, it says, for nation, I'll go first to verse 3, right? It says, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, right? Saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? He said the sign of thy coming, which is when he gonna return, right? And the end of the world. And there's one of the signs, right? Verse 7 is saying, for nation shall rise against nation, which is seeing right now, wars and rumors of wars, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And we seeing that right now. We seeing those earthquakes in diverse places. Right? It's your opinion. It's a Michael Snyder. He said a nightmarish earthquake swarm that has been rattling Puerto Rico since last month continued to make headlines all over the world. Right? They say homes, businesses, schools, hospitals, and historic structures all over the main island of Puerto Rico has crumbled. And many residents are deeply afraid of using many of the buildings that remain standing because they are afraid that it could literally collapse at any moment. So imagine them living in so much fear that they frightened to even be in the house because the house could crumble upon them and kill them. That is what's going on with them right now. But we know that there's the judgment of the Lord, right? You see, we haven't seen this sort of shaking in the region in more than a century. And as you will see below, experts are telling us that more earthquakes are coming. You see, traditionally, Puerto Rico has not been known for heavy seismic activity. You understand? So we know that it's not something natural. It's the Lord that doing these things, because this is prophecy. Same thing like what happened with the Bahamas the other day. All these things are prophecy. Why? The Lord bringing destruction upon the house of Israel. Right? You see, Puerto Rico has not known for heavy seismic activity, but now that could be changing. According to CNN, there have been more than 500 earthquakes of magnitude 2 or greater since December 28th. Right? Since December 28th, more than 500 earthquakes of magnitude 2 or greater have rattled the area. Right? According to the U.S. Geological Survey. You see, many of them were relatively shallow, which means they were likely felt on land. They say of the hundreds of earthquakes, 32 were magnitude 4 and above, including the ones Monday and Tuesday. And overall, there have been more than 1,000 earthquakes. So the Lord really rattling up that place. You understand? So early in the so-called 2020, which the apostles deemed the prophecy, and you see a lot of prophecies start taking place as soon as 2020 began. All right. You see all of you see of all sizes since this earthquake swarm this first started in December. You see since the tremors began last month, Puerto Rico has experienced more than 1,000 earthquakes, more of them too small to feel. So even though there might be accounting for the 500 that could have been felt, it had way more that actually took place that actually wasn't felt. Right? I'll read this last part here, and it did have more to read, but I'll post the link in the description for whoever wants to go through the entire article. I just wanted to get to the main points, right? So the mainstream media really began to take notice when the main island of Puerto Rico was hit by a magnitude 4.7 earthquake on December 28th. And that was quickly followed by a magnitude 5.0 quake. Right? Then just a few days ago, we witnessed a magnitude 5.8 quake, a magnitude 6.4 quake, and a magnitude 6.0 quake. So it getting worse. You understand? We don't know exactly what the Lord have in store for Puerto Rico or that land, but we gotta wait and see. But we know these things are the judgment of the Lord. In rapid succession, it's a 6.4 magnitude earthquake rumbled across Puerto Rico on Tuesday, killing at least one person and knocking out power to virtually the entire island of more than 3 million. And I believe some time ago, not too long ago, I think Puerto Rico was struck by a hurricane also. So you know the Lord already have something against those Puerto Ricans. But as the apostle was breaking down, he was showing that Puerto Ricans high into that seizure Borgia. You understand? Serapis Christos. They're high into that Christianity, so we know that at the end of the day, they had an answer for that. Right? You see, this is 1 Peter 4, verse 17. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, it says, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh," which is the Most High's name in Hebrew. But even as his men, who is actually do his will, as I say, we just had to go through judgment on a daily basis. And we actually striving for righteousness. So imagine for the jakes that don't strive for righteousness and just being wicked, the kind of things that the Lord will put them through. If we just already have a hard time and we striving for good, imagine for those that not striving for good. And if there's what this Jake had to go through, imagine what the heathens got to go through for interfering with us. You understand? So that's why there's always tell you, it's better to be, on the Lord's side and to be afflicted. It's better to be on the Lord's side and to be afflicted than to be on their side. Because all men just go through affliction, but we'll take it cheerfully, knowing one, we deserve it, and then two, we will get much better than them, Lord's will, if we are of the elect, because all we could do is hope. Right, it said in Micah 7 verse 9, it said, "I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him." Which, going back to what I was just saying, we had to go through these things because at the end of the day, we had to answer for our wrongs. Right? I hope it was edifying. Like I said, I'll make it too long, just the main point. With that, I'd like to say Kal Halayim, Wahawadla, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I hope it was edifying to anybody that listen. Shalom.